Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Tune In Before You Tune Out, listening what you didn't know with Coach MJ. So happy to have you guys here with me today. And I'm going to do this presentation as part of my listening course. And there's two aspects about listening that you need to be aware of and skills that you need to develop. They are, number one, learning how to use active listening. What the heck is active listening? Number two, practice active listening skills. And hopefully you will find out in this course how to be an active listener and learn what it is. So the first aspect of active listening is to demonstrate empathy for the speaker. And demonstrating empathy for the speaker is when you show that you value what the speaker is saying and you demonstrate empathy for them. Now, sometimes if you really do not connect with the speaker on what they're speaking about and emotionally cannot connect with them, you may not be able to be empathetic in your listening. And that might be something that you will want to work on. Next, being non-judgmental of the speaker. In other words, you are not there to judge that speaker. You are there to listen to what that speaker has to say. So have an open mind and place the judgment on the shelf and just listen to the words the speaker is speaking. Do not put down the speaker's ideas. Maybe you don't agree with their ideas, but we all have a right to our opinion and we all have a right to speak our mind. And if the speaker is doing a presentation and you just don't agree with some of the things the speaker recommends, that's okay, but do not criticize the speaker for it. Understanding nonverbal communication. Now, how do we do that? Well, you have to be sensitive and observant about what's going on in that speaker's presentation. Understanding nonverbal communication and how it affects your perception of what's being said. Nonverbal communication can include everything from eye contact to gestures, to the way something is said, to the voice inflection, to the intenseness of the person's voice. Maybe they're speaking something about a situation that they encountered in life and it was a funny situation. So that voice inflection is going to be different than if they're speaking about a very serious situation. Next, understand emotional filters. Emotional filters. Yes, you want to be very, very careful to keep your emotional state in a place where it does not interfere with what the speaker is expressing to you and what you are hearing them say. It can be very difficult at times to do that. So understanding emotional filters does affect your understanding of what's being said. Emotional filters are emotions that get in the way of you hearing what's being said, and they can produce mental blocks. So a lot of times as we are listening to a speaker, we get our own emotions involved in the conversation without being invited, and it can interfere with what you are hearing that speaker say. But always be prepared to listen. You want to always enter into a situation where you are listening to a speaker, prepared to listen. And by having a knowledge of your own filters and nonverbal communication, you are better prepared to understand how those situations affect you and those that you are listening to. So just be prepared to listen and be aware of your filters and your nonverbal conversations. Being motivated to listen. If you're not motivated to listen, the words will go in one ear and out the other. So, sometimes we sign up for webinars and they're online webinars and someone's doing a presentation similar to this. And we really aren't there. We're really not ready to listen. We haven't turned our cell phones off. We haven't turned the TV off. We haven't turned the music off. We got the dog barking in the background. We've got the children running around the house. We aren't in a quiet place. So technically, we're really not motivated to listen because we have too many things going on around us. And if you are not motivated to listen, whatever you hear is going to go in one ear and out the other. And if it's a webinar where you come to learn how to do something, chances of you coming away learning that are going to be very slim. You probably are going to end up having to go back and watch a replay if you can possibly get one. Next, strive for accuracy. Striving for accuracy is important when listening. It's also important to listen carefully and accurately. Focusing your mind on the words that the speaker is speaking is sometimes very helpful because it helps you to listen intently. And sometimes, though, when you try to listen with accuracy, you become a little bit judgmental. So you want to be very careful about doing that and making sure that you're not in a critical spirit when you are listening for accuracy. There are 5 steps to active listening. First step is listen to the content. Second step is listen to the intent of the content. Number 3 is access the speaker's nonverbal communication. Step 4 is monitor your nonverbal communication and emotional filters. And step 5 is listen to the speaker with empathy and without judgment. And I hope that you will continue on in this course and you will find what you need and maybe learn something new about yourself and hopefully develop a better listening skill moving you forward into your lifestyle, whether it be as a coach, as an entrepreneur, as a family member, as a spouse, as a caregiver, whatever you do in your life, you want to be actively listening. And I believe and feel that your life will be much better because you choose to pay attention and focus on what you're seeing and hearing and what the speaker's saying to you. Remember, active listening requires your complete attention to the speaker. Eyes on the speaker, ears on the speaker, watching their body language, avoiding any distractions in your mind as you maybe find your mind wandering. Maybe you don't resonate with the content. Maybe you feel it's a little bit boring. Do the best you can to stay focused on the speaker and the content the speaker is trying to deliver. Well, thank you so much for attending this series, and I'm hoping that you'll continue on as you get into that spirit of listening and learning how to listen and stop tuning out. Because when we speak, we want to be listened to. So be courteous and kind to others as you sit in front of them and listen to what they have to say to you, because it could change your life forever. Thank you so much for being here.